Hello everyone, welcome to the Up All Night channel. Today we're going to talk about the Benchmade 535-3. This is a Benchmade knife made in, oh shoot, where is it made? Sorry, I really didn't get my research together here. It's made in Oregon. I'm not sure exactly which city. They don't brandish their knives. They don't, what's the word? They're not branding it. They're not billboarding it. Billboarding. They didn't billboard where the knife is made on the knife, and that makes for a nicer, cleaner looking knife. This is S90V with blue aluminum anodized thumb studs, blue anodized aluminum backspacer. The Benchmade Bugouts normally don't come with a backspacer like this. They normally come with the scales usually just continue where that backspacer is. On the regular Benchmade Bugouts and the mini Bugouts, it's just usually little standoffs, little aluminum standoffs in blue. This is in titanium, and it's very nice. It's very handsome. You can see here, it's just it's a very gorgeous looking blue. You can see it's starting to wear off just a little bit, but that's okay. I've tried the Windex trick. That doesn't seem to do the job. I'm not sure if there's anything that can really bring the color back that I lost in the edges there in the marring, but it's still a very handsome blue. It's still very beautiful. Sadly, the blue doesn't quite match in person. In regular daylight and in regular room light, the blue for the thumb studs and the blue for the backspacer don't exactly match. But because they're two different materials, and I applaud them though. They got really close. I applaud Benchmade. They got really, really close. So a lot of people know that I like the number 13. I like to play the numbers game with a lot of knives. To some people, that's probably stupid. To me, it's a part of the special thing that makes the knife special to me. So 13 is special to me because I was born November 13th. It's also a special number because Jesus and 12 Apostles is 13. And then Paul is also known by some as the 13th Apostle. So this is a pretty special knife. You may say, oh, but Paul, it's got a -3, right? And it's like, nope, it's even more special to me then, because now it's a 16, and there's 16 letters in my name. So it just keeps getting better. Like... with the numbers game with this thing. Like, the numerology going on is insane. I should probably play the lottery with this knife. Maybe I would win. Probably not because of the number 13 being involved. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I should mention, to a lot of people, number 13 is an unlucky number. But the number 13 is actually super lucky. It's super blessed of a number. I honestly have this feeling that some-dayist cultists in Hollywood, they kind of ruin... what's going on with a lot of stuff, and including the number 13 Hollywood, with what Jason Voorhees and the Friday the 13th movies, and the whole Friday the 13th is a horrible day type thing. Sometimes my birthday is on Friday the 13th in November, but anywho, enough about that. More about the knife. So it's got an axis lock. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have tangential thought there. So this knife runs on an axis lock. The axis lock is it's very convenient. It's ambidextrous. You can use it in both right and left hand. I'm not a very good lefty. I'm not very coordinated with my left, but you can see it. Whoop, hit my stand. You can see it's if you're good with your left, if you are left-handed, then this knife is very good for you. One of the only gripes about this knife, it's extremely lightweight. I don't have a scale with me, but I would venture to guess that this is about, I would guess that it's under 3 ounces. This is a very lightweight knife. Very thin stock, very thin blade stock, very, very, very thin blade stock. Let's compare it to a PM2, right? Because a PM2 is also considered very thin blade stock. Right? So let's just go ahead and show you just how much thinner at the base that is compared to a PM2. They both come to very acute points, and they're both very thin behind the edge. They both have very good edge angle grinds and everything, but Yeah. So size comparisons, you know, by the PM2 is considered by many to be a decently full-size knife. The Benchmade Bugout is not far behind. It's a very comfortable grip. It's actually more comfortable than the PM2. The PM2 doesn't have very good contouring, very good chamfering and contouring around the edges here, around the outlines of the knife. That's a pretty rough corner, and if you're doing hard cutting, like that can kind of bite into your hand a bit. The Benchmade Bugout, that's not so much a problem. It is super smooth, guys. More so than the regular Benchmade Bugout that's in the Zytel or plastic handle. It's definitely more comfortable than that. That isn't as well chamfered as this. This is very well done. Let's give you a close-up of the blade here. It's in a very beautiful stone wash satin type finish. Absolutely gorgeous. Probably make out my reflection in there. I've been carrying this a bit, so excuse the dust on the inside a little bit. Different grips this knife is comfortable in. So this knife is good in forward grip, reverse grip, ice pick grip, draw cut grip. You can Wolverine it if you want. No, I'm just kidding. So it's very comfortable in many different grips. It's a very generic, simple drop point blade shape. Very elegant design, very elegant craftsmanship. The only gripe I could have about the craftsmanship in this and the tolerances. Okay, so normally with a knife, right, you want it as tight as possible. You don't want any play in the blade, right? Like if I move this side to side, you know, going this way and this way, there's no movement in the PM2, right? And you might argue that the compression lock is a stronger lock, you know, that's all great. But the Benchmade Bugouts, for some reason, I don't know what it is with Benchmades lately, but they have a lot of side-to-side play. Like, a lot compared to a normal knife, a lot compared to a PM2. It's, like, I can feel it. It's a little click. I'm kind of tempted to stop the music to see if you could hear the click, but I don't think you could hear the click. So, we'll just keep going here. Some people wish that they didn't billboard at all. You know, make it look like a custom design knife. I'm okay with billboarding, especially with an American-made knife. That's totally fine by me that you billboard a little bit, guys. A little bit. I'm okay with repping a company. Like, I take pride in my American-made products that I buy, but I don't know. This is a really good knife, though. I've really enjoyed carrying it. It's about a 3.1, 3.2-ish blade. I don't have my Ojimbo 2 on me to compare it to. That usually has a 3.1-inch blade, so that would have been a good comparison. I don't have that, but I tell you what, I have a 3.5-inch blade with this ZT 0562 here. 562 is another knife that equals 13. And dressed in the very beautiful, very sexy carbon fiber. It is definitely worth picking up as well, just for different reasons. This is more of a hard use folder. The Benchmade Bugout is more of an everyday carry folder. Although they're both everyday carry folders, but the ZT kind of is more hardcore, whereas this is a little bit more dainty. I would not use this to baton or do any kind of crazy hard cutting with it. It's just too, I don't want to say fragile, but yeah, kind of fragile compared to the ZT562. And it's kind of small, though. Like, 3-inch knife is a decent sized knife. People in California are like, no, I can't carry it. People in Canada, can't have locking gravity opening knives. They're like, oh, I can't carry it. Sorry, Skolagrim, you can't carry this knife. And sorry, Matt Easton, you can't... I guess Matt Easton could own the knife, but Matt Easton could not carry the knife, and I think same goes with Shadiversity in them. So, speaking of sword channels, and since we're doing knife comparisons, like, this is pretty... the Benchmade Bugout's pretty small compared to an SR1 Lite by Cold Steel, right? Pretty darn small, right? Makes it look like a bit of like a Delica. I wish I had a Delica to compare it to. I just don't want to buy a Delica because I don't really like lockback knives that much. I know that's a little bit hypocritical to have a cold steel and say that, but with cold steel it makes sense because it's a hard use folder, whereas with the Delica it's like this just takes away the convenience of opening and closing the knife, like with one hand, like in a certain way. Like you kind of can open them with one hand, but you kind of have to press against the spine with something else, like, and that's presumably with the second hand. But anywho, we've already compared it to a couple knives here. You know, a cold steel, a ZT, a Spyderco. The only thing I could be missing is another Benchmade. Oh wait, no, yeah, this is a sword channel. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and compare this to a katana. You can see the katana is really wore down. But tell me you've seen this on another knife channel. Tell me you've seen this. Guy busts out a fucking sword. Oh, yeah. So it's small, very small compared to a katana, obviously. But I just thought that would be funny to... I've never seen anybody in a knife review whip out a sword to compare size comparisons to. So that's... I just thought that would be amusing. I hope you all enjoyed that. Let's talk real quick about the clip, and then I guess I'll just wrap up and talk about the fittings. And so most of these Torx bit screws are all T6, except for the pivot screw, which is I believe that's T10. You can quote me. I believe it's T10. Don't make me get out my tool set here. I kind of rushed this little review. I really wanted to talk about it because it's just a really beautiful knife, and I absolutely adore it. It's very lightweight. It fits in a dress shirt pocket, guys. Like, it's comfortable in a dress shirt pocket. Like, if it's deep enough, you know, and it goes all the way in, and the top of the pocket reaches the bottom of the top of the clip or whatever, the recession of the clip, that would be, you know, it works really nice. I've done that with dress shirt pockets. It's just, it's so lightweight that you can put it in a dress shirt pocket. And as long as the material's thick enough, it won't fall out when you bend over or do anything weird. Or go upside down or do a barrel roll. But, so, anywho, I hope you've enjoyed this little review. It's not the best review, but it's my review, and I like it. So, I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful day. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Every little subscribe goes towards helping the channel eventually become monetized. For now, I'm not going to bother anymore with not cussing because, let's face it, if people enjoy watching cussing, then maybe they'll like and subscribe more. I don't know, but then that would be a letdown whenever I do get to 1,000. I don't know. But, anywho, enjoy a beautiful day. Have a great one, guys. Remember, God loves you.